and your academic journey and everything you want us to know about you. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Gaya, and I am now a faculty at Sungkyunkwan University in South Korea. I'm very happy to see you. Um, I have been an academician for about 5 years now at Sungkyunkwan University, but before that, my journey has been um, rather exciting. My background is I studied computer science for my bachelor's, and I did my master's and PhD in artificial intelligence. And after that, I actually was moving between academia and industry for quite some time until eventually I'm now an academic. So it's not like I just studied my undergraduate, master's, PhD, and then I got straight into university. In fact, doing my degree, computer science, at the time that I did it was not conventional at all because I started doing it around the mid 90s when the internet just came out and nobody really knew so much about computer science as a proper major. No one took it seriously. So my parents were a little bit skeptical, but I went with it because I was very passionate about playing computer games in the Saturday computer classes that I took when I was about 8, 9 years old in my school as a hobby. And somehow I decided that I'd rather do that than become an engineer or an accountant. So it was a bit unconventional from the beginning, um, but I went with it because I just followed my heart, I guess. And at that time, I have to say, in a class of about 60, there were only 10% of the class was female. But I did my undergraduate in Ireland, so there was no discrimination. There was no, there was nothing making you feel like you're small or, you're kind of a minority there. In fact, women are very empowered in Ireland, so it was a wonderful time for me. I could just uh, pursue my goals. And I worked in the industry. I worked as a software developer after my bachelor's degree, and that was really wonderful. But during this time, I felt that software wasn't developed, um, with much thought. Right, we're talking about the late 90s and early 2000s. When software development was just about Java and C++. There was no real AI in anything, and I thought I wanted to make that better. So I went back to school. I was even teaching in Malaysia, where I'm originally from, for a couple of years at the university, and then to Edinburgh to do my master's and PhD in artificial intelligence. And in this part, it was quite challenging, mainly because there were not many women to begin with, and also you felt a little bit like you were being judged for your gender, despite us being, in a country like the UK, but it was a melting pot. There were people from all kinds of nationality, and somehow sometimes you feel like you're a minority. But, that didn't hinder me to say because, well, that was just what I was doing. And facing adversity is kind of the norm for me in a way, and it was normal to have adversities in life. Um, and I just kind of carried on because that was just how my life was. So after my PhD, I managed to get a research project in a European research project, which was really exciting. I worked with many people all over Europe and also Asia in Taiwan. And that was such a wonderful experience. As usual, it was so enriching. There was a lot of travels, there was a lot of knowledge exchange and sharing and discoveries. And my research at that time was focused on video analysis, making intelligent video analysis systems for marine biologists. So, video analysis for underwater videos. And I carried on that work for a while in my research project. And eventually, during my travels, I was in Korea, and I ended up meeting my partner, my life partner at that time. And so I moved there after my research project ended in Europe. And even though it was kind of difficult to just find a job in a country like Korea where I had no background. Like I didn't study there, I couldn't even speak the language. But I managed to find a research position at in fact, their best university in Seoul National University in a biomedical research lab. So I dabbled a bit with pharma AI and medical AI, which was new to me. But I had several opportunities. One was in this research lab. I was there for a couple of years. And then through a connection, I went to the industry. I went to a couple of startups and I was working as a lead developer, doing like AI for drug discovery, right, which was such an amazing field, a very hard and amazing field. And after that, I kind of took a break because I was just a little bit tired, but not because I kind of gave up. I just felt, well, working in Korea was quite intense, but also I felt like, being in the corporate life was okay. I've been back and forth, but I kind of wanted to take a break where I didn't want to be working like 6 7 days a week, and I wanted to gather my thoughts. And at that time, I did some consultancy for an oil company, and I was teaching English. I was doing various different things, and eventually I got this position with Sungkyunkwan University, which was an academic job. And when I started, particularly lecturing intensely, I realized that teaching was a real passion that I had. I did not know this. Did not know I had such love for teaching and communicating ideas and interacting with people. This was kind of my calling almost, but it